So I'm going to start the video since November is Foundation Month. And Lori, will you give me a thumbs up if you can hear it?
Rotary has never backed away from the hardest challenges because we're committed to a better, more equitable world. This year is no exception. Staying away from people and places we love in order to keep them safe. And despite the challenges, your generosity continued. Your donations provided more than $7 million to fund coronavirus relief projects in communities worldwide. And thanks to you, citizens of Kigali, Rwanda have their first public library. Women in rural Costa Rica are enriching their communities through social entrepreneurship. At-risk kids in Puerto Rico have an artistic outlet to heal their emotional traumas. Rotary and its partners have reduced 99.9% of polio cases worldwide. Thanks to you, the Rotary Foundation raised $408 million last year. So together, we can keep doing good in the world. Donors who take action help create lasting change. Our work isn't possible without you.
All right. All right, welcome to Rotary.
Hi, my name is Lawrence Furbish, and I am the chair of the District 7780 Foundation Committee. Welcome to this short introduction.
I tried to stop it. It just didn't work. Okay, are we good now? All right, we should start the way we always start with the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will build goodwill and better friendships and be beneficial to all concerned?
And is it fun?
Absolutely, it's fun. Just wish we were in person. Lori Tuggle, our Sergeant of Arms, do you have a trivia question for us today?
I sure do. And since mine was so bad last week, I'm hoping this is a little better. I've gotten away from the internet and went to some better material. Okay, so this is trivia question for this week. So please unmute yourselves and scream out the answer. Russellville's Bubba Wells, who played his college basketball career at nearby Austin Peay University, holds which NBA record? Come on, guys. I know you'll get this.
Well, I don't know the answer, but it's Austin Peay.
Yeah, I know.
It's one of their big. My wife's from Clarksville, and one of their big cries in the stand is "Go Peay!"
So does anybody know the answer to the trivia question?
We need Mark Chumbler on here. Mark would know.
Okay, so the answer is he was the quickest foul out. I don't know how quick it was, but it was the quickest foul out. And today's question is from our Kentucky magazine.
Kentucky, wonderful. Thank you very much. We're getting close to $20 since January. All right, our next activity is the member spotlight. Alex?
Yes, good afternoon, President Amber, fellow Rotarians. We're continuing on with our member spotlights, but I did also want to announce we're going to have a red badge training next Thursday at 11 a.m. for any of our red badge members to get bumped up to their blue badges. So that'll be at 11 a.m. via Zoom before the regularly scheduled meeting next Thursday. So this week we're highlighting Curtis Williams. Curtis is one of our newest Rotarians, and I'll go ahead and pass it over to Curtis so he can tell us a little more about himself.
Hey, this is Curtis. I'm here with my sister Brianna here today. I appreciate the recognition for Member Spotlight this week. Just a little bit about me. I'm a Henderson native. I was born and raised here. I graduated from Henderson County High School in 2015. I then went on to Western Kentucky University, graduated in 2019 with a degree in financial management. Moved back here, started working for German American Bank, and I'm currently the branch supervisor for the new branch here in Henderson. I'm so glad to be back in the Henderson area. And as far as community involvement, I sit on the board for United Way. I also sit on the board for the Henderson Tennis Club, and I have recently accepted a position for the Henderson County High School boys tennis coach. So that will be my new journey this spring, and I'm looking forward to getting back with all the Henderson County people. So Again, I appreciate you all recognizing me this week, and I'm glad to be a Rotary member.
Absolutely, welcome. Just a few announcements. Many of you might have seen the email come through. We are starting to take volunteers for the time slots available for the kettle, the ringing the bells, December 5th at Walmart, both doors. We have 4 slots available. Please, you can email me and I'll pass it on to Wayne, or you can email, text, or call Wayne to fill up your time slots. So please do. We always have, I'll be honest, Jennifer and I always do this together, and it's always the coldest day of the year, but it's absolutely a good time, and it really touches your heart to see everybody, especially the kids, putting in their quarters and their nickels. It's really fun. So I would encourage you to do that and represent Rotary and help a good cause. Just a reminder, we have a board meeting on Monday at 7:30 via Zoom. Looking forward to that. And then just a couple, we have Miss Susan Sauls next week. And then we have a chamber meeting the following week. And then how is it possible? But Thanksgiving is in 3 weeks, or Black Friday shopping, I should say, in 3 weeks. And then that's really all we have. So if you would, Dawn, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And would you care to introduce our guest, please?
I would be happy to. Today, joining us, we have Donnas, who is the Community Relations Manager and the Public Information Officer for the City of Henderson, and Missy Vanderpool, who used to be with Ottoman Florida Realty, but now has assumed the role as Executive Director for Henderson Economic Development. And they are going to talk to us about the downtown master plan. And I did see where Brian Bishop, who helped with that, is on today, as well as they're going to talk to us about, or give us an update on where we stand on the vision plan. So thank you, Donna and Missy, for coming on such short notice.
Well, thank you guys for having us. We were happy to jump in, and thanks for the muffins this morning. It was much better than my smoothie that I was planning on having. So y'all derailed my diet this morning. So thanks for that. Like Dawn said, Donna Stinnett here with the city, and I'm here. We're happy to be here and to tell you guys all that's going on. And even as we prepare for these types of presentations, we are always surprised at how much has been accomplished and how much is going on. So we're excited about sharing that with you. So I'm going to get my screen share going real quick. Just 1 second, sorry. Oh, there it is. Had too many things open. Okay, you guys see that? It's loading. All right. Okay.
So up to me?
Up to you.
I don't have anything nearly as exciting as orbs or specters or ghosts or anything like that y'all saw last week, but I hope that what we do have to share with you is equally eye-opening as that was. So that was a fun program. But we're going to talk to you about the vision plan and how it ties together with our downtown master plan. So I guess the best place to start would be to go back and give you just a little bit of history on this. I know a lot of you know a lot about this already, but just a little refresher. It never hurts anybody. So I think when this started in the fall of 2014, we really had no idea how wonderful this was going to turn out to be for us for a community resource. So it did start that fall of 2014. A group of stakeholders decided it would be a good thing just to talk with the community and different community groups and different neighborhoods, communities, socioeconomic groups, just to find out their thoughts and ideas about what their big idea was for making Henderson a livable, nice quality of life place to live, things that we could build on to just improve ourselves. So they took it out on the road. They had lots of community meetings in a box. People had a chance to use their Post-it notes. I think that if I had had stock in Post-it note company, then I would have been very happy because a lot of paper was used during that exercise. But when it was all said and done, our consultant took all the ideas that were shared from the community and divided them into categories and released the vision plan. That it took place, I think it was in the springtime of 2015, and there were 5 categories that came out of all these ideas, and they were called the big idea categories. So we ended up with a category called community investment, community vitality, access and mobility, landmarking and sense of place, and riverfront and downtown engagement. We'll go into the last one in a little more depth when we talk just a bit about the first 4. So in community investment, I'll back up to say every 2 years since then, we have taken a kind of a report card look at where we are with these things, just to see what we've managed to accomplish. Because this vision plan by no means has been just a document up on the shelf gathering dust and us looking at it and say, oh, it would be nice to get back that again sometime. It's a work in progress as we speak. So this first category, community investment, has kind of been the rock star of the whole thing, because we have managed to do quite a few really good things that were suggested here. We have a couple of accessible playgrounds in the city park system now. The library expansion is largely complete. There's still some work going on down there with remodeling some of the facilities that were already in place. But that's been a great asset for this year. And the fact that it got done during the pandemic is amazing. There's been some changes in our health facilities in the community. We have some new ones. We have some changes in our old ones. Housing in the East End, Habitat has done a great job during their projects in the East End area. Also, other housing authority and different things have popped up, continue to infill spaces in the East End that have been neglected and need new love. Also for the East End in the category of youth, the Audubon Kids Zone, there's the new East End Park there for the youth community. Under senior living, we have about to open, I would think fairly soon, the new apartment complex at the corner of Clay and Letcher Street for senior living on the side of the old Audubon School. And then we have had some traction made with the sports complex. So all in all, there are 17 projects in this category that have shown some level of progress since the vision plan was released, which we think is fairly amazing. So in the next category we have is community vitality. Again, we see things that I already mentioned popped up there, like Audubon Kids Zone, but these do overlap from time to time. Community Clearinghouse, we established a community calendar hub where people can post their events 24/7 in their jammies if they want to. But it's an information tool that everybody in the community can use. Very easy. Downtown programming has expanded. Of course, we had been on pause a little bit this year because, again, pandemic, but some new things have popped up, like the Porch Fest that was so popular last year, some artisan markets in downtown, chili cook-off, and some other things that, that DHP has taken the lead on, as well as other organizations. We have established a school within a school at the high school for the art students, the School of Fine Arts. And there's our Heat Lab that is targeted toward business entrepreneurs who need help or assistance or mentorship in getting their projects off the ground. So 16 projects in this category have shown some level of progress. Now this next one is a tough one. Access and community, access and mobility. A lot of the things on this list are high ticket items. They're very expensive, improvements in transportations, improvements in highway lighting, that sort of thing. But still, 8 projects in this category have shown some level of progress. And then we have landmarking and sense of place. That's including such things as branding, which we will talk about just a little bit more in a minute, wayfinding signs around the community, the creation of some public art projects. We've seen some murals popped up and other things that give us a sense of having a unique place that we live in. So in this category, 8 projects with some level of progress. And then we have riverfront and downtown engagement. Just really quickly, even though we will go into this a little more depth, because this is the category that the downtown master plan took to expand upon and drill down into a little bit to refine and try to get renewed energy for accomplishing some of these things. But just to hit a couple of high points, alcohol permits for events in the downtown, which had been asked for by various organizations. Outdoor performance space. We have a small one at the parks that people use from time to time. And also a brewery, which we all know we have out the gateway into out 2nd Street, and one of our main new entrances that we've identified to be a corridor into downtown. So in this category, there are 17 projects that show some level of progress. So I just wanted to toot our horn a little bit, because a friend of mine that leads worship at church has a habit of saying it's a poor frog that doesn't praise its own pond. So I'm going to praise the fact that at the Kentucky chapter of the American Planning Association in 2016, our vision plan actually won an award. Our consultant made a presentation at that event, and then the Planning Commission office, Sir Byron Bishop, I think you're on this call, actually took possession of this nice plaque that gave us some accolades for our vision plan and comprehensive planning. So then the next step, the next logical steps seem to be, as in conjunction with us launching into getting a lot of these projects off the ground, we need to know exactly who we were, and for us to all have a story we could tell, and we could be telling the same story about what Henderson is all about. What's the feel for Henderson? What makes people have the reaction to this community they have? So with some research done into branding, we determined that we're a classic river town. We're on the south side of the Ohio River, which we know can be quite broad at times, physically and metaphorically. But the river is such a nice backdrop for us. We kind of tend, or at least I tend to take it for granted sometimes, that how beautiful it is. But then when you see the reaction of someone who comes to town and says, wow, that is a beautiful river. That's a beautiful spot you have on the riverfront. It makes it gives you a different feel. Nature and history make up the backdrop of our community. Small natural wonders have inspired other artists to turn life into beauty, like W.C. Handy, like John James Audubon. We have a small town friendliness. We all know, especially those who work with social services and people who support projects like Goodfellows, Christian Community Outreach, the Volunteer and Information Center. What a good place, what a generous place we have to call home and to connect in. And then we do have that river right there beside us, but it's not too close because, as you know, we have kind of taken claim to the statement that we're on the river, but we're never in it. These pictures that you see around the edge are just a few examples of how the community as a whole has embraced this story. We see the tourism office has adopted it as they're discovering our nature through their tourism programs, their literature. We have the school system have put it on t-shirts. We've invited people to share what their nature is, such as winning. Winning is my nature, a junkie from Ellis Park. Hospitality is our nature. Tom Floyd, low and slow cooking is his nature. And then you see at the upper right-hand side, our downtown big mural project that was completed in 2019, took full command of the Discover Your Nature theme. City signs, we have added that to that. And then at the very lower right, there's a little snippet from Rookie's menu where they have adopted the feather and they have a key on their menu that says hometown favorites. So that's branding and how we decided that we were a place where you could discover your nature.
So a couple of years ago, we decided that there was some momentum in downtown and we wanted to drill a little bit deeper into the downtown and riverfront engagement. And Brian Bishop's on here, and he really should be the one talking about this, because he really took the lead on this and kept us on track and focused, and set a pretty aggressive timeline for us to get this accomplished. But we're glad he did that, because it kept us moving forward. But we did some of the same things they did with the vision plan, and got community, did some community assessments, and had boards up and people to rank topics, and had places for them to also write in. We had boards up at Field and Main Bank, at the library, at the Housing Authority. We reached out to the senior community. We reached out to the high school, or the students, and it wasn't just high school. You'll see on the left-hand side of the screen, that was probably all of our favorite community meeting that we had about the downtown master plan, because it came at a time when we really probably needed to be re-energized a little bit, and to see the excitement from the youth in our community was very, very fun, and got us all keyed up and ready to go some more. So we had some great ideas from the kids, and I think that was important to hear what they wanted to see in their community. So we collaborated with several organizations. As I said, Brian Bishop and Claudia at the Planning Commission really took the lead on that. Downtown Henderson Partnership, the City of Henderson, Henderson Tourist Commission, the Board of Realtors, the Public Library, and then the entire Vision Committee group got together to work on this. So some big projects were identified, and we again took those same big idea guides that we use in the vision plan, because we didn't want this to be create a new document. We just wanted it to drill in deeper to that one piece of the vision plan. So some of the ideas that were brought out from the downtown master plan were an amphitheater, a boutique hotel, parking garage, replacement of trees, uniform open signs for all merchants, more experience-driven merchants, outdoor entertainment venue, retail options, and the atmosphere. Community investment, we had identified a convention center, art district, preservation in the area, green space, and an event center. And sorry, I skipped right through. And as you can see, some of those, as we talked about earlier with some of our events have not been able to take place this year, and what we've kind of focused on are things that we could do. We've accomplished a couple of lighting projects this year, along with working in collaboration with DHP and the city and the Vision. We have the new lighting that's there beside Rookies. I was able to take my son's picture there actually last night. And then the tree in Audubon Mill Park that was lit up pink in October for breast cancer awareness. And each month it will be some type of awareness be lit up in honor of that. Some other things that came out of that, again, sports complex. And although it's not downtown, we do know that it will have an effect on our downtown. As people come in to play sports, they will want to visit the downtown. Something that comes up over and over is a organic fresh grocery or farmers market, arts district, and a museum of some type. And you can see the art projects on the right hand side, just a few of the murals that have gone up in our community, and we know there are more to come. Access and mobility, some things came up like a trolley, and as we've dived into that, that may not work in the same way that it was first meant, but we're still looking into that some more. Wayfinding signs, creative sidewalks, bicycle trails, bike share, and accessibility for bicycles and pedestrians. And even as recently as this month, you will notice that there's been some signs go up in crosswalks just to make it easier for people to walk and to be safer as they walk. Again, lighting projects, a distillery on the Bourbon Trail, and more mural projects and alley cleanup. And those two that lighting project is also in somewhat of an alley. Not necessarily one that needed cleanup, but it's just needed some enhancement. So some things that have been checked off or gaining traction, as we talked about earlier, alcohol permits for events. We do have the promenade now there at the river, boardwalk, microbrewery, distillery, the seasonal ice skating rink. And again, some of these, the ice skating rink, we won't be able to have this year because of COVID, but last year we were able to have that. And it was very successful. I don't think there ever was not a line to get skates, which was a great time. Outdoor performance space, downtown living options, and those are gaining a lot of traction. We've had several meetings over the past month about downtown living options, downtown events and programming, redevelopment opportunities, and we're working on that with our TIF district to help with redevelopment, a municipal dock. We're working with a group to do a study on how that would look for our community, and where we would have a place where people could park their boat and walk up the ramp and visit our beautiful downtown and visit our merchants and our restaurants. Downtown tree planting, we are working with UK and the Extension Office on the right types of tree species and how the best trees to have in downtown. And you don't want all of them to be the same and uniform. You want them to look uniform, but they can't be all the same species. Downtown parking, we have changed that to 3-hour parking. That has been changed by the city to 3-hour parking. Atkinson Park expanded program, restaurants and retail, and the TIF district that I mentioned a while ago. And the TIF district will mirror mostly the downtown master plan. So we're going on to collaboration. That's you, Donna.
We are. It's nice to have, it's wonderful to have attractions and things that have come out of the vision plan. But to me, one of the greatest things that has come out of it is collaboration. Mayor Austin likes to say that a lot. It's one of his new favorite words is collaboration, because it's so important. Collaboration builds trust between your team members. You have people to bounce ideas off of, people to work with, people that can help you get accomplished what you've been charged to do. And we know that not every project is going to be a popular one with everybody, because we're people. We have our thoughts about what's good and bad, just like we do about every other aspect of life. But we have kind of adopted the philosophy through collaboration that we just have to press forward. We have to try things sometimes, even if they don't work out quite the way we think they're going to. But we need to do that to build energy and to keep inspiring others to want to try things and to help improve our quality of life. So, but one thing for sure that we have seen through the vision plan and the downtown master plan exercise and its byproducts is that there has been an outbreak of collaboration caused by the vision plan. So I'll just run through a few that I know there are many more, but these are just a few of the highlights. We had a golf course project that we were able to take over the finish line at the Bridges Golf Course of Henderson. Has become an 18-hole golf course, and you can see the collaborators that worked on that included a private donor who was offered a very generous amount of money to help make that happen. The city, the people in the neighborhood that lived around the golf course, the vision plan subgroup, the Board of Realtors, Tourist Commission, and tagging onto that with the discussions that have taken place with the sports complex. Again, sports organizations and also a property owner that was able to help make that happen. So collaboration helps get things done. The library expansion, which is beautiful on the riverfront. You had the trustees and the foundation board at the library, community stakeholders, library patrons, and the city helping with that project. Then with the Henderson Technology and Industrial Plaza, it's a new industrial park site off at the back of 4X Drive. Collaborators in that have been the city, the Henderson Economic Development, Henderson County Fiscal Court, the water utility, municipal gas, and municipal power and light. So it takes a team to make something that big happen. The Audubon School Apartments, which is at the corner, as I noted, of Letcher and Clay Street. It's going to be a beautiful facility that mimics the look of the old Audubon School. Collaborators in that have been the City of Henderson, Kentucky Housing Corporation, Equal Development LLC, Ollinger Corporation, the developers, the Planning Commission, and then a little known fact is there were a group of community business people who put a little bit of money in the pot to sweeten the grant application for this, and it makes a huge difference when you can show that kind of community interest in a project like this. So then we had East End Park, which is in that same general neighborhood. In our efforts to try to revitalize the East End, we have, thank you, Rotary Club of Henderson and Rotaract Club of Henderson and Rotary Foundation. There's a theme there for being so supportive of that project. That's put a nice little neighborhood park, playground, a spray ground, restrooms, a shelter now that came by virtue of a grant from the Partnership of Women and Rotary. Once again, fiscal court, our School of Fine Arts put a nice mural on the fence over there at that park. And then we also had the support of Audubon Kids Zone and neighbors and business owners. Then our accessible playgrounds. This was actually a project that came out of Henderson Leadership Initiative project, and collaboration with the city has put accessible playgrounds at Newman Park and in Central Park, which I can vouch for Central Park. That park gets a tremendous amount of views, and if you haven't walked across that surface, it's like walking on the clouds. So, well, you might try the swing too. It's not just for kids. And then, excuse me, the downtown pocket park and mural, which was organized to be a catalyst for downtown in a way to provide cool space for people to gather, whether they're having a pop-up meeting. I think that space has probably been used a bit during the pandemic, especially because it's a nice outdoor with lots of seating, and you can have a little meeting out there.
I know there's been several house closings there. I've seen some of my realtor family using that space for closings.
You can have a Zoom meeting, whatever you need it for. Lunch is very popular there since there's some nearby lunch spots, but it has a little stage. It has some nice lighting. That was a collaboration between the Tri-County Council of Labor, who built all the furniture for it, the Preston Family Foundation, the city, Ohio Valley Art League, Realtors Association wrote a grant to help get that done, Tourist Commission, Downtown Partnership, Arts Alliance, Chamber of Commerce, the property owner again, the building owner for the mural, and community artists and community donors. The artists pitched in, several of them worked with the professional artists and have since moved on to do their own murals. So, and that was one of the goals, was to help train people who could do murals in the future.
So what's next? You guys tell us. No, I'm just kidding. We do want you to tell us, but we are going to continue to work on the downtown wish list and vision plan catalyst projects, looking for funding with our community partners to help make all of our dreams come true, and review our report card in the spring of 2021. And so that's probably going to look more like this than it has in the past. In the past, we've had large group get together at the community college and give a report. With all the changes due to COVID, we will probably do more presentations like this to smaller groups, but we're looking forward to that, to give our community report card and see what progress we've made in the past 2 years. So now we will stop our screen share and see if you guys have any questions or comments.
I have a question.
Certainly.
What is a creative sidewalk?
A creative sidewalk can be a couple of different things. We do have a plan for one. A creative sidewalk would be a mural or a painting on there. You see some that have, they look like they're raised or different effects. So things like that.
Gotcha.
And it's not just sidewalks, it's also crosswalks. The slide does say our first project was intended to be this year on a crosswalk, but we had some delays due to COVID. So
it was intended to be a community project to work together to do it as a group. So those kind of group projects have been kind of difficult to execute. It can also be something like a story sidewalk, like you can have, like say, example, by the library, you would
I know, I saw that.
A story about our town, but fit in with the theme of literacy and libraries.
Okay, yeah, because the sidewalks that I've seen, the pictures of, and they're so 3D. I mean, it's as if you'll just walk down. I mean, you won't, but it makes you feel like you're walking down into a way down there, but yeah, those are pretty cool. I like those.
I have a whole folder of pictures on my computer.
I bet.
Designs like that I think would be very, it could be a destination for people to come and see something like that.
Oh, sure.
Find someone who has that kind of painting skill, an artist, to tackle one like almost like a mural on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hey, this is Mark. I think it's obvious we've got two of the right people, spearheading a bunch of these efforts in this community. Missy and Donna, you both are fabulous. And I will just say on behalf of the 98 members of the Rotary Club, you both would be phenomenal Rotarians. And so
I second that, Mark.
We're in a little bit of a challenging period, in a global pandemic, but we want you now. But when we come out of this pandemic, I'm telling you, we really want both of you. If we haven't already asked you enough, Donna Stinnett, but both of you.
Missy, you've got that application, right?
I promise you that Alex is doing a good job.
I've sent it to you 3 or 4 times, so we'll keep trying.
Nothing like getting called out.
Both of them. But no joke. You all are, absolutely top of the class, and we're all really fortunate. So thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. We love Henderson. We love, I shouldn't get wound up on this too much. I might get a little teary-eyed, but we want to see our community continue. We've got a great quality of life here. I keep saying we need these quality of life things. We have a great quality of life, but we can always have more and better, and make this a place that we want our young people to come back home to. I think we're seeing some of that, which is extremely exciting, and we can get them engaged in some of these activities. It's a win-win for everyone. I've said so many times, and you all probably have heard me say it before, that when we first moved to Henderson in 1980, ages and ages ago, one of the things that drew us here, well, 2 things actually. It was the library. At that time, the library was going through an expansion. It's like, wow, this community really cares about its citizens because it's making sure that it has a good library. And the other thing was all the green space that was available. Could see people outside with their kids on the playground, or just sitting and talking or whatever, or taking a walk, taking their dog. And it was just exciting to see a community like that cared. So since that very time, it's kind of like, what can we do to just keep pushing that forward and making this the greatest place ever? And to me, this is the greatest place ever. So, but I want to invite all of you, like as a club or as in your other individual pursuits, if you see something, if you see a project on either of these lists, vision plan, downtown master plan, that appeals to your soul as to something that would be good for you to help make happen, don't hesitate to talk to us about it. We love that collaboration piece, because there is power in collaboration. There's no question about it. It's energizing.
That's for sure. And if you see something or think something is missing from the plan, we had that at one of the presentations we did, and we took it, Donna and I both took that straight back to the next vision plan meeting, and it's gained some ground. We're working towards, it was a dog park. Someone said, don't forget about I want my dog park in downtown Henderson. And so we're working towards that. So.
Speaking of great things that are coming to Henderson, Brian Bishop, I think you've got somebody sitting next to you who is a great person coming to Henderson. Can you introduce your new fellow worker?
I thought everybody had met Jennifer. Maybe I'm wrong. This is Jennifer Marks. She is Claudia Wayne's successor. She's doing great, and we're happy to have her. So everybody, Jennifer, everybody.
Hi.
Jennifer, we'd love to have you join Rotary too.
Alex just texted me that as well.
I've been texting Brian about it. I think he's on board.
Jennifer is doing such a great job. It's been a joy to work with her so quickly in her role. She's doing a great job and very proud of her. Good job. Thank you.
I do have one question. Is there going to be the Santa's Village at the Central Park, even though there's not going to be ice skating? There will be the Santa's. Okay, my son will be excited to hear that.
We're having to make some adjustments because we are not going to be able to use the usual volunteer crew that we have to help me happen. So we're having to reinvent that a little bit. So if anybody has time and wants to pitch in helping to set up with Christmas in the park, that's actually a Breakfast Lions Club, but opportunity to collaborate with another organization.
And Amber, Santa is being quarantined because of the pandemic, but he is available via Zoom. And so you can make an appointment to visit Santa via Zoom.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
I'm told he's been confined to his recliner at the North Pole, but I guess we'll see where he actually pops up. He could have gone somewhere warm. I don't know.
He also took his elf, for those of you
exactly
that
what I was
got
getting
that elf. He also sent the elf. He's quarantined too up north.
As a mom of an 8-year-old, I'm pretty sure the elf's going to be quarantined with Santa.
Well, thank you very much. And you guys are doing a fabulous job with the Henderson and the vision plan. Normally we start our meeting with a prayer, but today we're going to end it. And Nick Witt, do you care to close us out, please? Oh, I can't hear you.
For today, for allowing us to meet, for Rotary and be a part of this organization that is working to bring about positive changes across the world. As we meet today, we are mindful that we are doing so virtually due to a pandemic that is having real consequences for people across our city, state, nation, and the world. We pray for those that are currently sick and lift up those that have lost a loved one. We pray for our nation, a nation anxiously awaiting election results. We pray for those that ultimately will be elected. We pray that you guide them during these unprecedented times and allow them to find ways to bring our divided nation back together. As we approach Thanksgiving and Christmas, we're grateful for the blessings you have given us. But we pray for those less fortunate that through Rotary and other valuable organizations across our community, that we will be able to lend out a helping hand. We ask all these things in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.